What's up, YouTube fragrance family? Tommy with Studio Sense here with another video review on a hot summer day. Guys, it is very hot outside. If you haven't stepped outside in a while and you're in air conditioning, go stick your head outside. It's extremely warm. Just like most designer fragrance houses do, Tommy Hilfiger came out with a new 2021 summer release called Tommy Summer or Tommy Summer 2021 to keep them straight, because of course they've released several summer versions of Tommy. Now this is a limited edition release, and when we come back, we're going to take a closer look at this slice of Miami life in a bottle called Tommy Summer 2021. That and more, so stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be considering a new release from Tommy Hilfiger. With this particular limited edition summer release, Hilfiger's trying to embed in the DNA of the fragrance an idea of the Miami lifestyle. If you've ever been to Miami or Miami Beach or ever heard about it, you know it's a very popular coastal city in Florida. You've got Miami Beach, you got South Miami Beach, you've got Cocoa Walk. There's a ton of beautiful places there. So that's what inspired this fragrance. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the presentation. But most guys that have been on their fragrance journey for a while are very familiar with Tommy. They've got some nostalgic attachment to it. I wore it back in the day. It's a decent brand that occasionally comes out with a really good fragrance. Most recently, Impact was released. It was a great fragrance, both versions, the Intense as well as the original flagship fragrance. So with Tommy Summer, the 2021 limited edition, we're not expecting a banger of a fragrance. What's interesting about the pattern of this, which is just like a blue flower with a red background, it's very touristy looking. So it does remind me of Miami in terms of the actual tourist, but it's not really a slice of Miami lifestyle. The entire box is covered with this flower shirt or Hawaiian shirt pattern. On the bottom of the box is the UPC, the distribution information, and the ingredients as well. Tommy Summer is written in the cursive font. It is a 100 ml bottle and eau de toilette. The bottle features the typical silver cap or stopper with Tommy Hilfiger around the top of it in a circle, and then you've got Tommy Hilfiger on the sides. It's actually embossed in the glass. Most guys over 30 still have that nostalgic association with Tommy Hilfiger. I like the look of the bottle. Again, it's very utilitarian. This is kind of what I would think of as a 3-day weekend fragrance, something that you're not going to spend a ton of money on, but you want to smell good, fresh, and maybe even slightly different. And hopefully they've kind of captured the essence of that adventurous lifestyle in the fragrance of Tommy Summer 2021. Let's talk a little bit about that note breakdown. Tommy Summer 2021 features top notes of sweet orange, green cardamom, and ginger, with heart notes of clary sage, violet leaves, and pepper, resting on a base of ebony wood, patchouli, and vetiver. The atomizer is good. Interesting. It's definitely not something that I was expecting. It kind of reminds me a little bit of several CK1 summer versions kind of jammed together, kind of lodged in the same space. The fragrance itself feels like it wants to be sweet, but there's not really any sweetness you can hang your hat on there. There's definitely violet in the center of that. It's almost doing this strange fruity floral thing in tandem. although it doesn't really feel floral and it doesn't really feel full fruit either. It's almost like half and half of each. So if their intention was to create an open in this fragrance that kind of hedged the bet of fruit and floral, but never went all the way, never went full floral or full fruital, then they succeeded. That's actually what it's doing. It's got kind of a creamy orange ambiance thing going for it. It also isn't extremely powerful, but it's there. I'm actually going to spray this on because it's projecting pretty good off of here, but I'm curious about skin because it does contain one of my favorite kinds of woods, which is ebony. I like ebony wood because it's kind of an enriching agent to fragrance notes that enhances certain fragrance notes. See, one of the problems that I have with Hilfiger, I like the scent profile, especially the OG. I like the profile, I like the DNA. Backbone, the longevity just isn't there, and that's typical of Hilfiger fragrances. I'm actually quite surprised. I was not I literally went into this review expecting to be like, just another crappy Hilfiger fragrance, just another summer edition of Tommy. So 3 years of my life, I grew up in Miami. And guys, you have not lived until you've ridden in a rickshaw on Cocoa Walk. 3015 Grand Avenue, I can still remember the address. It's kind of like the epicenter of lots of things that are going on in that area. Miami is quite the metropolis. And while it was the 90s when I was there, this fragrance does have kind of a retro vibe to it. It's got kind of a, do you remember that shampoo that came out, I think it was in the 80s when it first came out? It was called Gee, Your Hair Smells Terrific. Just a really stupid name for a shampoo, but it was popular. I had a crush on a girl that wore Gee, Your Hair Smells Terrific. She sat in front of me on the bus. Her hair, the wind would blow and past her hair and I would smell it and I would be like, oh my God, that smells amazing. This kind of reminds me of Gee, Your Hair Smells Terrific, but not feminine. So it's definitely got a masculine vibe to it. I wouldn't say this is wholly, there's not a lot of machismo going on in this fragrance, but you don't really need it. It's got a definitive, almost Latino tropical feel. So Tommy Summer 2021 definitely has kind of that Miami theme going on. Citrusy and spicy, it's got that whole orange thing going on in the open. That combination of cardamom and ginger is what gives it that feel that it's sweet, but it's not super laden. It's not really heavy fragrance at all. To me, this is kind of one of those fragrances that you put on when you want to get in a good mood. You want to give yourself that gift of feeling good, of having that positive vibe, positive outlook, positive outcome. This is the kind of fragrance that will do that for you. This definitely has that, I get the whole idea, the classification of green woody, because it definitely has that kind of green herbal or lightly herbaceous heart with the clary sage. You've got violet leaf and the black pepper. Two fragrance notes in here that keep this aloft: ginger and pepper. You've got a nice dark emblematic ebony wood. The vetiver in here just adds a nice green side effect to this. It's got kind of a casual bent or feel to it. This is the kind of fragrance though you don't want to, I don't want to talk too much about it because you don't really want to overthink Tommy Summer. As a limited edition, just grab it up. I actually lucked out. I actually bought this for 20 bucks at Ross. Now right now you can get this on Tommy Hilfiger's website for like $62. It's definitely not a $60 fragrance at all. So you want to wait until you can get it at a discounter. Right now you can probably find it for roughly 30 bucks online. It's tropical, but not necessarily tropical beach. It's more like tropical metropolis, Miami. And again, don't overthink it. It's just a very simple, inexpensive fragrance. Definitely something you want to add to your summer rotation. I feel like Tommy Summer could actually pull you compliments. Really inexpensive fragrances that have a really quality backbone to them. And I feel like Tommy Summer 2021 edition is just that fragrance. That is it for my unboxing and first impressions of Tommy Summer 2021, the new Hilfiger fragrance. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out today's review. And as always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.